Hello and welcome back to this course. Today in this video, we are going to start our new section in which we learn about the collection framework in Java. So first of all, let's see what is the collection framework. Now you can see in the diagram the collection framework hierarchy. First of all, the green boxes are interfaces and the orange boxes are the classes, and the simple arrow means that we are extending the class, and the dotted arrow means that we are implementing that interface. Okay, so first of all, on the top of hierarchy we have collection, which is the name of the framework, the collection framework. Now collection is the interface that has some methods, and those methods are present in all its child interfaces, and all those methods are present in all the classes that have implement this interface. Now basically there are three child interfaces of the collection framework. You can see list, queue and set. Now you can see that there is no class that have directly implements the collection interface, but indirectly all the classes have implement this collection interface. Okay, so now there are three child interfaces of the collection framework: list, queue and set. All these interfaces has all the methods of the collection framework, as well as there are some methods that are defined in by their own in these interfaces. Now first of all, the list interface. There are three classes that implements the list interface. You can see array list, linked list and vector, and the stack class extends the vector class. So this is the hierarchy of the list. The list interface is implemented by the array list, linked list and vector, and there is a class stack that implements the vector class. And next we have the queue, which is also interface that have all the methods of the collect as well as other methods. So priority queue is a class that implements the queue interface, and there is a dequeue interface that extends the queue interface. And after that we can see that we have a array dequeue which implements the dequeue interface. After that we have the set interface, that is a child interface of the collection. So hash set and linked hash set are the two classes that implements the set interface, and there is a sorted set interface that extends the set interface. Now there is a tree set class that implements the sorted set. So this is the collection framework. We will discuss about all these interfaces and classes in our next videos. This is just the introduction video of the collection framework. And on the other side you can see the map interface. Now map interface is not included in the collection framework. It is separate from the collection framework, but we will also discuss about the map. So map is the interface that has child interface sorted map. After that we have child interface, which is navigable map, and after that we have a class tree map that implements the navigable map. Indirectly, tree map is implementing all the three interfaces: map, sorted map and navigable map. Now these are some interfaces and classes in the collection framework that we will discuss about in our next videos. So in this video, we will discuss about the collection interface, that what is a collection interface and what methods are present in the collection interface. So first of all, what is collection interface? The collection interface is the foundation upon which the collection framework is built. It declares the core methods that all collection will have. Now we know that collection interface is present on the top of the hierarchy. There are some methods that are declared in this interface, and these methods are present in all the collections of the hierarchy. These are some common methods that all the collections must have. So this is the collection framework. Now there are some methods which are declared inside this interface. So let's look at them. First of all, one of the most important and the common method is add. Add is a Boolean type method that takes an object. You can read its description. This method adds object to the invoking collection. The collection which invokes this method, then this method will add that object to that collection that calls it. It returns the true if object was added to the collection, and returns false if the object is already member of that collection, or if the collection does not allow duplicates. Now we will discuss about that which collection allows the duplicates or which does not, so you will have a better concept about this when we discuss about different collections that allow duplicate or not. So basically add method is used to add the object in the collection. After that, we have a method add all. This is also a Boolean type method, and that takes the collection. You can read a description. This method adds all the element of the C, which is basically the collection, to the invoking collection. Now, for example, we have already created collection and we want to add that all elements in our new collection. So we call the add all methods to add all that of that collection into the new collection. It returns true if the operation succeeds, otherwise it returns the false simply. And the third, we have the clear method. Now this method removes all the elements present in the collections, and there may be any collection that we use, and this clear method will clear all the elements in the particular collection that we will declare in our program. Next, we have the contains method. This is also a Boolean type method that takes the object. It returns the true if the object is an element of the invoking collection, otherwise return the false. Now, for example, we have a array list of the string type in which have different names of the programming languages. And if we type the contains method and pass the Java in it, then this method checks that whether Java is present in that collection or not. If the Java is present in that class, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. Next, we have the contains all method. This is also a Boolean type method, and it also takes the collection. Returns true if the invoking collection contains all the elements of the C, otherwise returns false. Again, we have two collections, and it compares and checks that all the elements of the collection C are present in our collection through which we are invoking this method. So if all elements are present, then we will get true, otherwise we get false. Next, we have equals method. This is also a Boolean type method that takes the object. Returns true if the invoking collection and objects are equal, otherwise it returns false. Now, definitely equal method compare the object and the invoking collection, and if they are equal, then we get true, otherwise we get false. Next, we have hash code method. Returns the hash code for the invoking collection, and we will discuss about the hash code in our next videos, so don't get confused with that. Next, we have is empty method. Returns true if the invoking collection is empty, otherwise returns the false. Now, is empty, check that whether our collection is empty or not. If our collection is empty, then it returns the true, and if the collection is not empty, then it returns the false. Next, we have the iterator. Returns an iterator for the invoking collection. Basically, iterator is used to iterate all the elements in the collection, and it has different methods in it. We will discuss about the iterator when we do our coding, that how we can iterate through the collection. So we will discuss about the iterator in our coding. Next, we have the remove method, which is a Boolean type method that takes the object. Removes one instance of the object from the invoking collection. Returns true if the element was removed, otherwise return false. Now this method removes the object from the collection, and if successfully removed from that, we will get true, otherwise we will get false. After that, we have remove all methods. Remove all methods of the C from the invoking collection. Returns true if the collection changed. Elements are but removed, otherwise return false. For example, we have two collections. One collection have 5 elements and the other collection has 10 elements, and we call the remove all method by using the collection that have 10 methods and pass the collection C which have 5 elements in it, and it removes all the 5 elements from our collection through which we are calling the remove all. If it remove all that elements, then we get true, otherwise we get false. Next, we have retain all method, which is also a Boolean type method, and it takes the collection as a parameter. So it removes all the elements from the invoking collection except those in C. Returns true if the collection changed, elements were removed, otherwise return the false. Simply, this method removes all the elements of the collection except those elements which are present in the C method. So this is a very important method in the collection. Next, we have the size method. Returns the number of elements held in the invoking collection. This tells the size of the collection, that how many elements are present in our collection. Next, we have object to array method. Returns an array that contains all the elements stored in the invoking collection. The array elements are copied to the collection element. Simply, this method return us the array of that. You can see the return type of the method object type, that it can return any type of array. So basically, it returns the array that contain all elements in the invoking collection, basically. So these are the methods that are present in the collection interface, and these methods are present in all the child interfaces as well as classes in the collection framework. So you must have to keep the functionality of all these methods in your mind, and we will definitely implement all these methods when we'll discuss about our next collections like linked list, array list, or vector or stack like that. And we will use all these methods one by one. So don't get confused with that right now. So I hope that you understand that what is a collection framework. Now all the classes inside the collection interface is using the technique of a particular data structure. And when we'll discuss about all these classes, I will give you a brief description about the data structure, that which class is using which type of data structure. So I hope you understand. Collection framework basically combines different classes and interfaces that uses the techniques of the data structures. So on the top of the hierarchy, we have the collection interface, and that contains the methods that are common methods in all the collections that we have discussed right now. These methods that you can see on your screen. So I hope that you understand about the collection framework and what is the collection interface that contains only the methods. We know that interface only contains some methods. So I hope that you understand. In our next video, we will discuss about the list interface. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you feel any problem, you can definitely ask me a question. I will help you. So that's it for this video. I will see you in next video.